It's usually the Stars who come out at night on Sunday Night Football. The Texans hosting the Lions, the battle red uniforms. It's going to be a beauty tonight on Sunday Night Football. But who better ball in this matchup? Non-stars that got to show up and show out for their team to have a chance at a victory. Let's get to the bottom of Who Better Ball, powered by my friends at BetUS. They want to offer you a 150% bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit when you use the code YouTube150. So let's start with the Houston Texans. This one's a very obvious one. With changes on the horizon, the interior offensive line of the Houston Texans must be excellent. The Texans have actually gotten some pretty decent tackle play from Laramie Tunsil and Tyus Howard. More so from Tunsil, and Howard's had some consistency issues, but they can block it up really well. The interior line, that's not been good. That's been the leaky part of this Texans offensive line. That's been where the pressure has come from. That's where the stunts aren't getting picked up. That's where all the issues have primarily been for this Texans offensive line. So those interior offensive linemen, Juice Scruggs, Jarrett Patterson, Shaq Mason, Kendrick Green, if he's forced into action, they have got to be solid. The Lions do not have an incredible defensive line. They were sort of a one-man wrecking crew with Aiden Hutchinson earlier this year. He ain't playing in this one. He broke his leg a few weeks ago. He's not going to be available. DJ Reader's a nice player on that defensive line, though, at the defensive tackle spot. Texans fans, you remember what he could bring to the table. So you don't want to have any sort of issues with that interior offensive line disrupting your ability to get things done with the passing attack and, to an extent, the rushing attack with Joe Mixon. Those interior linemen hold up, the tackles play to the level that they can. You might have yourself a really impressive opportunity there for the Houston Texans. So the interior offensive line, they better ball if the Texans want to have a chance at winning this one. Over on the Lions side of things, going to go with a defender for Detroit. Cornerback, a rookie, Terrion Arnold out of Alabama. He's had some moments where he's looked really, really good. He's one of the best cornerback prospects in this entire draft this past year. And the Lions kind of got him as a steal there at the latter part of the first round. But he's had a couple up and down moments in the NFL. He's allowed over a passer rating of 90 when targeted this season. He gets a little handsy and will extend a drive accidentally for the opposing team with some penalties. But if he's really good in his opportunities against, say, Nico Collins or Tank Dell or Robert Woods or Xavier Hutchinson, or if Arnold makes a big play on this one, the Lions could take care of business with ease. But he's got to be a solid player, because if he gets abused by Nico Collins or Tank Dell or whoever the Texans have out there, that passing attack can get going for Houston. All of a sudden it gets a little iffy if Detroit's going to be able to sort of dominate things like they have been doing. And you don't know exactly how the Lions are going to handle a toe-to-toe boxing match. They haven't had one of those in a few weeks now. And maybe if you hit them enough early, maybe go after a rookie like Terrion Arnold, the Texans have an opportunity to get things going from an offensive standpoint. And if they can get things going through the air, maybe they won't look back and have some of those second half lulls that they've had. And that could be going after Terrion Arnold, the rookie cornerback for the Detroit Lions. You can go after a payday when you bet with BetUS. BetUS wants you to use the code YouTube150. You get a 150% bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit when you use that code YouTube150. Let's put together a really fun one here. You can go into the prop builder and you can sort by games. We're going to the Lions and the Texans. The overs and the unders, passing touchdowns. I like the points in this one. Goff and Stroud. I like the receiving yards for Amon-Ra St. Brown, the over on that one. And we're going to go down to the sacks. Danielle Hunter's getting one. No Taylor Decker, the stud left tackle for the Detroit Lions. Danielle Hunter either getting to him because there's no Decker or because pressure comes from the other side. Hunter's able to get home on his side. $25 wins you $350 if you hit all 4 legs of that parlay. It's that easy to put in an entry over at BetUS. Use that code YouTube150 when you get signed up for that 150% bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit. Sticking with the Lions and sticking with a defender, and I'm going right back to a name I've already mentioned here. DJ Reader better ball for the Detroit Lions. He's the elder statesman there on that defensive line, and the interior offensive line of the Texans has had issues. If Reader can go in there, stuff some runs, get some pressure on CJ Stroud, you can sort of see how the Lions really get rolling against this Texans team from a defensive standpoint, throw the Texans off, throw them into chaos, and have a big day defensively if Reader can cause some havoc there in the interior of the defensive line for the Detroit Lions. Again, not a super impressive defensive line overall. They may need to bring a little extra heat, a little extra pressure to get home, but if Reader can do his job individually, he could set the Lions up for a lot of success. Sticking with a defender, but over on the Texans side to wrap up, who better ball? How about returning from a very long absence, Jimmy Ward at safety? Now, there's a very particular reason why I'm picking Jimmy Ward. He's going to need to come up and help in the short passing game that the Lions do. He's going to need to be a sure tackler from the safety spot, both in the passing game and help out in the running game. But when Jimmy Ward had a mid-season 3-week absence last year, he came back against the Denver Broncos. And Jimmy Ward had a game-sealing interception against the Denver Broncos. Why not try it again? Why not get himself an interception coming off of a big absence like Ward just had, where he missed a handful of games for the Texans? Jimmy Ward coming off of the injury break, finding himself with a chance to change the game and helping out in the rush defense and helping out in the sure tackling that the Texans lacked in New York against the Jets. That's where Jimmy Ward can affect the game. He better ball, because they're going to put him right back out there on the field. He's a starter at safety. They believe in him. They trust him. And he's got to play really well for the Texans to win this one. What say you? Who better ball for you in this matchup? Let me know in the comment section down below. On your way down there, throw me a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And, of course, don't forget to visit our friends at BetUS. Code YouTube150 for that 150% bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit. Appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Happy football Sunday to you. And I can't wait till we talk Texans again soon.